What's up, explosher army? We're back. We're going to be looking at a very important game here, and maybe just some series games in general that I did recently. Let's see. We did pretty alright. I mean, some losses in here. Usually it's because of stinky comp, but... Oh yeah, this one was awful. But yeah, I'd like to look at some of these series games that I did, and yeah, well, let's start with this one. This one seems really important. I like the final score on this one, so... Let's see how it went. We do a little, this is a little bit different. Instead of me just playing, I'm just gonna break down what I was doing, or, you know, hopefully what I was thinking here. This was a couple days ago, so let's see how much I remember. Alright, so I know with this one, I recognize we had a pretty good comp. And we're gonna have a lot of missiles, you know. So Wiper goes down immediately. I back up just a little bit, start putting some pressure on the left side. Try to help them secure that. And I see this guy come in. He misses his shots. I managed to scoot away, and I think I get the... Yeah, that shot, honestly, I was really happy with. Throw a storm, try to retake this. Get a pick on that guy. Like, on this one, I really like to throw storm down the middle, just so they don't take that middle area. Overall, some good picks to start off with. We get early lead. Their backline's down. For me, like, the main thing I wanted to worry about here is the sploosh. You know, once he gets hammer like that, you know, I want to make sure he's not sneaking up on us, because on this map, hammer's really good, and you can easily get, like, a triple or even a quad if you don't see it coming, because the map is separated by this big platform in the middle, so, like, you can get really swept up in hammer. Because you can't easily just get on the middle platform. This guy just drops on me and, like, destroys... Oh, this guy gets, like, a quad, I believe. This one, I'm not gonna lie, this was very laggy in the game. I was, like, surprised that he got that many kills. Almost get killed with the hammer here. And then the missiles. This game is actually mad annoying. So they do get lead here. Try to push out here on the left. Throw storm their teammates. Let's try to put some paint down for them to get them in. I'm really just looking for the sploosh. I'm throwing sensors here. And boy, let me tell you how much I hate missiles. Alright, so I finally get in. I see a guy on the left there. That's the sploosh. He's down. Trying to take this right zone. Trying to get some control back. I see the guy on the right there. There's two of them. I like to paint that just so I can use it for, like, height advantage. That box is useful to me. I throw storm left side. Just trying to get a pick somewhere. Destroy their sprinklers. I see them coming in on the right side here, and then I know the blob is going in on the other side, so I back up a little bit. Repositioning. I see that misses again. Yeah, it's really hard to get close when you have missiles displacing you constantly. Like, literally so often. It was very, very annoying. So I know we're 2 down at this point. Just trying to get this paint down in front of our base so they don't just, you know, get in front of us. I'm looking for the sploosh. Throw the storm on the right zone. Trying to find a good entrance here because I don't want to get killed before we can get in. I'll get a pick on the blob. We get the right zone. So things are starting to look better now. We have control again. And then this guy comes up and I'm like, oh boy. And then I had to jump out again. So that's, like, primarily why I was trying to look for him with the sensors, because the sploosh had Ninja Squid, and he was really just slowing down our progression here. Anyway, going back in again. Blob dies. I throw a storm, just to make sure they don't take the middle area there. This was a very, very annoying game, because I was feeling outpainted too. You know, trying to keep up with the blob. It was a lot. Especially, I mean, like, between the 3 weapons on my comp, I mean, I'm the best painter. Bamboo's pretty good. There we get 2 down. We're still, like, struggling to retake. Like, we have not gained momentum for a while. It's just, like, a long process here. But I do have LDE on my build, so, you know, things start to pick up once it kicks in. So sometimes being in these situations is good for explodes, like, then your paint output really starts to pick up. So for me, I do prefer to have LDE for zones. Alright, so at this point, now I'm in the position I want to be here. This is where I want to be. We get 2 down, and it's like, alright, now we can start actually cooking. So I like to stay in this area just about. I don't like to push too far ahead because this advantage is like a little bit too too risky. I don't want to give it up. It took us that long. That just was unlucky, unfortunately. But anyway, I got pushed back anyway just because of the missiles, so... Anyway, at this point, I'm like, we're still not losing the zone, so I swim out. We take the lead, and luckily we take the lead with just a few seconds left, so I'm like, alright, let me just focus on the zone here, get the sprinkler out, just hold the zone, and then we win. That game was challenging. I mean, it felt like we really had to claw our ways back up. Alright, so I'm going to look at a couple more matches. Maybe look at one of the losses too, kind of see what went wrong. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Octo on this game did struggle a lot, and I think that's why we were having such a hard time retaking. Yeah, the Octo went 6 and 9. Like, the rest of us were pretty much cooking, but the missiles, like, they had 10 missiles and 4 storms, so, like, the amount of displacement from all that was just a lot. And Zipcaster was just not going to outdo all the paint that they had from that. The other thing is the Wiper, I mean, while they went 15 and 10, I mean, 10 deaths, so they were out of commission for a lot of that game. Okay, so we're going to look at this one, where that same sploosh that was on the enemy team was on the other team, so this was an interesting one. Let's see if I can break it down. So this is all series games. I was just trying to queue up with my friend, and then we ended up kind of just playing separately, while still in the same VC. So this one I was like, oh great, we have double backline, and we have a sploosh, and we have a bamboo. Now I knew who the bamboo was, I know the bamboo's a good player, and I knew the sploosh was pretty good too, but the tri-stringer, like this day I had come across so many bad tri-stringers that I had zero faith in him. And I'm pretty sure he died a lot in this game, which is, for me, very common with stringer players. I back up for the Zuka, and he's got one more shot. I almost get capped right there. The stringer dies again, and I'm just like, this game, I was raging, honestly. I was like, dude, the stringer's positioning is so bad. But anyway, tough game here because I'm really just trying to like get the zone back, but the stringer is just dead so often. Like I don't know what he was doing. I land a 90, but then the pencil just destroys me, so that was unfortunate. Then he takes our glass there, so it's like, alright, this is not looking very good at all. Sploosh is down. So they kill the guy in base, which is great. And then they kill the sniper rider. Love that. But anyway, taking the zone back. I'm trying to paint around the zone too. I see there's a Umbrella down there shooting me. And I'm like, I'm not going to focus on him right now. Just trying to hold the zone. There's a storm. And then back up out of there. I don't know how this guy does not kill me here. I don't know if he was on sticks or something, but yeah, that was interesting. Anyway, I get out. Honestly, that sensor placement wasn't that good. I mean, a little bit of like weird movement here. Sometimes this happens when I play double backline games. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm just like more stressed or something, but like I feel like my movement isn't as clean as it normally is. And I was really worried about being up on the glass there because the Zuka threat. The stringer's down again. So it's like really hard to just kind of make some momentum happen here because like we're always just like 3v4. And their comp is actually really good. So like my game plan here is like I need to weaponize the bamboo somehow. Like I need to just somehow just make it easy for him to get in. So I'm here. I know we combo off each other too. So he gets the chumps. I'm like, all right, let me go in with the chumps. This is at this point in the game. I'm like, nothing is happening unless I move forward. So then we get 3 down. And you know, I want to hype them up. I'm like, okay, let's do it. This is our chance. I get up here, start pressuring. There's a good hammer throw. I'm just putting pressure. I'm trying to move him back. You know, not necessarily trying to get kills here. Just really trying to be annoying and paint their base and like push them back a lot. Because they don't have amazing retakes on their comp. Because they have Screen, they have Zuka, Cooler. But like, they don't have anything to just really get that space back. So that was the weakest part. So I get 2 picks here. I'm still in their base here, and then I get another one. So this was key. This was really big. Got their Storm up there. And I'm like, alright, let me just focus zone. And that was that. So sometimes with games like this, and you recognize their comp's weakness is like really retakes. They don't have much in the way of retakes. You can be a little bit more aggressive. Like, so for me, I was kind of playing very forward with the Explo, but it ended up working out. Really rough start, but it's all about the adaptations that you make. Like, if I just stayed in front of the zone the entire time, we would have never won. But thankfully, we had the bamboo pop his chumps, and it was just the perfect reason to get in there. Now, I had the bamboo for this game, too. I think it was the same wiper, but the frozen player was different. So, this one I recognized right off the bat. I was like, okay, they've got 2 dapples, a swig, and a frozen. So, we technically outrange them since I'm here. And I think we have better paint, too. We got long range paint, which is what matters. So, this one I'm like, alright, I want to be in there. I want to get a great pick on that guy. Honestly, I don't know how I landed that shot, but I was happy with that one. And I'm like, alright, let me save the Storm. I had already popped it, but one thing with Storm is you can hold on to it and just move forward, so that's what I do. Move it forward. Gotta take an angle here, paint from over this side. But this is like where I want to be. Like right about here. I'm gonna hold this position as long as I can. So I see them start coming up from the bunker. I'm putting pressure down there. I want to keep them tagged. Move back. I see they have 2 specials here. But still, I want to be back here. Like, that's my spot. I just want to be the jump spot for them if my teammates die. And just provide support and pressure and, like, just move them back. And I see the other guy on the rail here. So I move back a little bit. And I tag them. I'm really just trying to chip them out here, point them out wherever they are. This one, it was unfortunate. He gets a double there. I had dropped trying to hit the 90 on him, but he popped slider as I was midair, so there's just like no way to dodge that one. But I think we do get a pretty good recovery here. There's another reef slider there. Get the pick on that guy. I got Storm, so I'm trying to take that middle platform back. Storm in the middle is like really good because they just can't stay there as long as it's there. We'll get a good pick there. Right now we got a nice solid lead, but there's a guy behind us, which is a problem. I don't know how I win this fight here. That was a big L for that guy right there. I mean, Dapple, like, losing to an Expo at Dapple's range is kind of sad. At this point, I'm like back in my spot. I just want to get my meter. I don't want to vacate too much space here from the missile, so moving back up to the spot. We're holding the space perfectly. I'm like, okay, I know they're going to be desperate here, so I pop the Storm early and try to get this guy behind us. Unfortunately, I missed so many times here. But we don't lose the zone, which is good. Still in play, and then boom, we get it. Alright, so I'd like to look at maybe another game where things didn't go super well. So let's look at a game where we just straight up lose, like right off the bat. But maybe one that's a bit more competitive. There's some of these games that I think that, you know, right on the weapon select screen you've already lost, and I don't see any value in looking at those. But maybe like this one, that one was just bad. Let's see. Oh, man. Some of these I have videos of, so I'm going to upload them later. Maybe this one. Ooh, yeah, this game hurt my soul. We lost by 1 point here. Okay, yeah, this one... Yeah, let's take a look. Losing a girl kisser, like, honestly, I should just retire for that. But, the T-Tech and the Decavitator died so many times here. I think they went, like, 10 and 15, like, both of them. So, this one was just a giant shit show. I really wanted to win this one. And the Rapid, honestly, was pretty good for most of this. So, T-Tech dies, like, immediately. Then we get flanked. That's the same. Oh, that's actually not the same sploosh. They're like off to an amazing start there. This one I had a lot of issues with just the overall like formations that we were doing. Okay, get a pick on Girl Kisser there. I'm trying to get our team in, so, you know, pop Storm. There's a lot of pressure on me, so I'm like, oh jeez. I died to the S-Blast, and we do not get the trade back. A little bit of respawn here. Kind of a close call with that curling bomb. But yeah, for some reason there's a lot of focus there on the bunker, so... Trying to move in there, get the zone back. Honestly, I shouldn't have moved into the enemy paint like this, but I was really trying to get that zone back. So I paint up a little bit just to clear it up. Throw a Storm. Our Decav is down. Thankfully, he kills the S-Blast there. But this game felt so chaotic. I felt like the Decav and the T-Tech were just mistiming their entrances so much that, like, we weren't able to, like, hold for any point. So, I don't know what was happening from their perspective. I did watch it later, but the T-Tech was kind of like W-King and just dying. Like, even when we had advantage... So this was very frustrating. I don't know why our guy was in the bunker too, so I help him out. And hit a 90 on some guy there. Like, we're just lacking paint a lot. Our T-Tech only had 2 strikes for the entire game, and when I watched their replay, they died with their strikes at like 98%. So they would basically take a fight at like almost 100% special and then lose, and then we wouldn't get strikes. Or if they used their strikes, it was too early. Which was honestly like really shitty for our comp, because that basically just leaves me with Storm. But you'll see the T-Tech just die a lot this game in the Decav. Like, they just weren't winning their fights at all. Which, honestly, I think we outranged this comp, so I think if they played a bit more defensively, I think we could have done perfectly fine. But the T-Tech, as you can see, just dies so often. So I'm just by myself. I'm like, we just had a good situation, and I'm like, this isn't good. I just get caps. Probably could have jumped out. But the pacing of this game just felt odd. Like, normally I have like an idea of how I want to stabilize and how I want the game to flow. But because they were just kind of taking fights in weird places where we couldn't trade back, and kind of taking the fights too soon, not waiting for the rest of the team, we're getting flanked a lot. So, stuff like that, positioning for everybody was just weird. So, the Sploosh was just having free reign that entire game. But still, like, we're not completely locked out yet. So I hit the 90 on the S-Blast, and it's like, you know, we don't get the pick there. It was like stuff like this that I think could have sped up our retakes if we got the kills faster. So we get 3 down. That was a good cooler placement. So I hit the Dynamo, kill him. Trying to get that left zone. So the S-Blast has no fight with all of our guys alive, so he kind of rushes me. But thankfully they get the pick. And then 2 of them go down. This is perfect. So I'm like, at this point I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. But then the T-Tech dies, so it's like, this is what I mean. It's tough. Because like anytime we had advantage state and then the Decav's down, me and the Rapid are just trying to hold space. I'm like, alright, let me take my position here. This was just such an odd game. Like, I honestly, it was so weird. Like, the times I felt like we should have been mounting a push, like somebody would die, and then I see this guy behind us, and I'm like, okay, I got him. And I jump out, barely get out in time. But it's stuff like that. So if we were able to intercept the Sploosh more, he wouldn't have broken our formations as much. I just feel like we were looking in the wrong spots, or like they weren't keeping an eye on the sploosh as much as they should have. So this game, honestly, like from my perspective, felt like a big awareness gap. Like someone just not paying attention. And honestly, yeah, so I killed the sploosh there. Going for the dynamo, he kills me as he dropped down. Honestly expected him to camp in the middle, so at this point we're still winning. So this is the part that really solidified everything. At this point we just needed strikes, right? We're in overtime. It's like just get your strikes and then just throw them at the zone. So I'm trying to paint this right side here. And then for some reason the rapid decides to go there too. And this is what kind of fucked over the whole game. So even though this rapid was a good player and they went like 25-4, this was kind of like a bad play because they should have been watching the mouth of the base to make sure this guy doesn't come in. But watch this. You get flanked by a dynamo. And I'm just trying to cap the zone. Like really, I'm trying to hold that zone so we can win. Their goal should have been make sure they don't get in the base or get your strikes. And then we just lose. This game honestly pissed me off so much because like so much of the T-Tech and decaf play was just jumping the gun, not getting their special when they needed it. And even in the last moment there in OT, we still had chances, but even the rapid kind of messed up there. So that one just kind of annoyed me. But that series, I mean, sometimes you get players that look like they just got to S+. So you'll look at the KDs here. So the S+ actually had a lot of kills, and the sploosh went 15-7, which is kind of insane. So you'll see my T-Tech. Actually, my T-Tech had 4 strikes, but they went 11-16. So they were dead for most of that game. And the Decav went 10-15. So they were also dead for most of that game. Only 2 bubbles. Me and the rapid did pretty good. I mean, 25-4, 14-7. We both got 6 and 7 specials. But yeah, there's no reason why I think Girl Kisser should be going positive, and I don't know, this game just ugh. Ugh. Anyway, that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. I got some more videos to upload, maybe a short and a couple more match videos. I'm sitting on like 2 hours worth of match footage. And then I got a few more series games with my friends, so I'll upload those soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment, and I'll get to you soon. All right, see ya.